He's a two-time Super Bowl champion. For the New York Giants, he is retired now, making big noise with the ManningCast, his own show on YouTube, and everything else in between. The one and only Eli Manning. What's up, buddy? How you doing? How's everything?
What's up, Stephen A? How you doing, pal? Thanks for having me on.
Please, I appreciate it. Let me ask you this question. Who's your best player in the NBA? You're not playing football anymore. You've got an opinion about these things. Who's your best player in the NBA right now?
I think you got to go with Giannis. I mean, he's coming off a championship. He's won a championship before. He's been MVP. I mean, he's a beast out there. So, I mean, I don't see anybody playing better than him. He's off to a great start. So he's my pick right now.
What about the fact that he's not really a jump shooter and somebody like Kevin Durant right here in Brooklyn can shoot from anywhere? What about that?
I like him doing this. I like him, well, not that, but I like him going to the goal. I like a guy who can just, he can get the ball, he can take it to the hoop, and, hey, he's not a jump shooter. He's 7 foot tall. You're not supposed to be a jump shooter. I know Kevin Durant, he's a freak also, and he's, not many people can do what he's doing, but I don't know. I just think Giannis right now, he's 27 years old. He's still a young guy. I think he's got a lot of potential just to be one of the best of all time. I think, why shouldn't he be, what do you think? When he's done, when his career is over, do you think he could be a top 10 player in the history of the NBA? Do you think that's a possibility?
I definitely think it's a possibility for Kevin Durant. If he stays in one place, stop moving all over the place.
I'm talking about Giannis.
Oh, yes, definitely Giannis. Definitely Giannis, because he's unstoppable. I can't deny that. He's a champion, and I think he's got about at least three more titles in him before his career is over. But let me ask you an interesting question, because you started in New York. Obviously, you delivered 2 Super Bowls. You're one of the most beloved athletes in the history of New York. You've heard about some of the problems that have happened in Brooklyn with the Nets. What advice would you give Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Ben Simmons? What advice would you give them to win over the love of New Yorkers?
It's actually very simple. You just got to win a championship. If you win a championship, they like you. If you don't, they don't like you. That's how New Yorkers go. They don't care about anything else. You can do so many things, but if you don't win a championship, they'll forget about you. When everything's over, you're done. You're kind of get forgot about. But championship teams, that's when they love you. So it's that simple. Also, maybe pretend like you like each other. Pretend like you like playing in this town. That might help a little bit as well.
That is true. That is true. Now, is it true that I heard you actually played a little football with Kevin Durant? Is that true?
Threw a couple passes. I threw some passes to Kevin Durant and Giant Stadium, and I played him in Pop-A-Shot also. So,
okay.
He'd be a pretty good receiver. He'd be, a big, tall receiver, red zone threat, throw him a fade. I like throwing a fade to a 6'11" guy. I've never done it before, but it sounds fun.
Now, on that video, he looked a little bit like Randy Moss, but I would never confuse him with being that. What do you think about that comparison, how he looked?
I think the similar body types, right? Just tall, lean, skinny. I think Randy was a good basketball player coming out of high school. It looked like he would be. And so I think, a 6'11", that's his jump ball. I don't think you want to run him on slants. I don't think he's a slot receiver by any means. He is a wide out, outside, throw him down the field, let him go catch the ball.
Man, in the interest of full honesty and disclosure and all of that stuff, there's no way I'd be sitting here doing a show like this if it wasn't for the success of the ManningCast, what you and your brother have been doing on Monday nights. I mean, talk about that for a quick second. Now that the Nets caused the turnover and they're getting ready. Oh, that's Royce O'Neal pulling up for he actually made that shot. Way to go right there. Okay, Royce O'Neal. Okay, but back to you, Eli. I mean, talk about the success for the ManningCast for a second here. I mean, what do you attribute it to?
Oh, I think I attribute it to I think just Peyton and I, both of us, been around the game of football for so long, obviously have a lot of insights on what's going on, but also I think it's just that brotherly combination. We both don't mind. We're both not sensitive. We can make fun of each other. I can make fun of him having a makeup artist at his house, putting makeup on him. I can make fun of the way he eats meals, and if he's wrong about something, we don't have to wait till the next day for the papers or the media and people like you to say we're doing a bad job. We're going to make fun of each other right away and tell each other we're doing a bad job. And
that's
so
right.
I think that resonates with people. We try to have some fun, have great guests on, and talk a little football.
It's interesting you talk about great guests. And by the way, I'm honored and privileged to be doing this. I mean, I'm an executive. I'm a producer on this along with you, Omaha Productions, you and your brother. I'm actually working with the Mannings. Who would have ever thunk it? But I love it. I love it already. And speaking of great guests, look at who you had on Monday. Former President Barack Obama. I mean, it doesn't get any bigger than that. What was that like for you?
That was unbelievable. That's what I said. People always ask me about a dream guest, and I said a former president, Barack Obama, would be unbelievable. And and he was awesome. He was so good. I think you always think of presidents. I'd met him before. We went to the White House after a championship, but normally you see the president on TV. He's addressing the nation. There's something serious going on. He's got a job where he's got to be serious so much. But to see him in a relaxed atmosphere, talking ball, talking Chicago Bears. The Bears were playing well when he was on, and just seeing him relaxed and telling some stories, it was awesome. I thought he did a great job and brought a lot to the show.
Well, Barack Obama knows his sports. I've had the pleasure of speaking to him on a few occasions. That man knows his sports, especially his basketball. I was shocked he knew as much as he did about football. It was a lot of fun watching y'all. Before I let you go, last question. You're coaching your daughter's 4th grade basketball team? What? No. What's that, Eli? I didn't expect that.
No longer. No, I coached. She's in 6th grade now. I coached her. She was in 3rd and 4th grade. At the end of the 4th grade year, I got my first email from a parent complaining about some playing time or complaining about the offense I was running. I said, and I'm out. I'm going. I'll still coach. I did 3rd grade again for my daughter last year. Assistant coach. And my only rule is I don't deal with parents. I don't do emails. I don't send anything. I'll be there at practice. I'll put in some plays. I coach them up. I don't care if we win or lose. I love basketball. I played all through high school. Played growing up. It was I didn't play tackle football until 8th grade. I started playing basketball when I was 5 and 6 years old and played it all the way through high school. So it's a great sport. I think it's great for kids. I figure if you can play basketball, you can play a lot of other sports. And my kids are playing lacrosse, and then we'll get into football. But basketball is where it starts.
Man, Eli Manning, I can't thank you enough for showing up and being a guest on the debut of the NBA in Stephen A's World. Thanks so much for showing up, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephen A.